Thanks to the support as a channel member, Patrick Topor. Well, we have completely flopped in this second half of the season League Cup nonsense competition that I don't like. So we're pretending it doesn't exist. We're going to go and win the Copa Argentina, and we're going to hope that's going to be enough for the board to not sack me before I get a chance to do my rebuild. Because the idea of me being judged on this is absolute nonsense anyway. They brought me in with like 10 days of the transfer window left, gave me no scouted players to work with, so I just had to flail around and bring in the absolute dross that I could find. Because, you know, we still don't use the player search screen. We're not cowards. We're not going to touch a player search screen. We'll rely on our scouts and our scouts only. We had to sell our best player and replace him with absolute trash because it's all they had scouted. The rest of the squad is bobbins as well. The squad building here for years has been awful. Look at how old these old morons are. And yeah, I don't feel like I should be judged on it. Looking at the club division, the board are very disappointed that we have messed up the League Cup, but we are in the semi-final of the Copa Argentina. So if we can win that and deliver a trophy and still get into the Copa Libertadores through the league, which I think is still a possibility, I guess we'll find out at the end of the season, then, you know, domestic trophy and Champions League qualification, that's a good season, right? I think it is. Our semi-final, we're playing against Gimnasia, this lot. They're fourth in the other group in this end-of-season League Cup thing. I don't know how they did in the proper league. Can we even tell? How do we see how they did in the proper league? The proper league, they finished... No, we can't even see it. League table? There we go. Proper league, they finished down in 19th place. So theoretically, we're better than them, and we should be able to get to the final. That would be nice, wouldn't it? This is the team we're going to send out there to try and do that. We're playing at a neutral ground, by the way. How very exciting. So it's Gonzalez in goal, a back four of Medina, Teoclecchio, Palazza, and Gomez. Yeah, that's another left back that we're experimenting with. He's actually 33 years old and quite good, but he's already due to be leaving us. So he's yeah. Ah, dear. So he's going to play left back today, but isn't fully fit. Can only do the first half. Godoy and Torrisi in midfield. And then the attack in midfield is Janovic, Borja, and Flores behind Gonzalez up front. We are starting to accumulate injuries. Basualdo's away on international duty. None of this is ideal, and I suspect we are going to take an absolute spanking again today because form has just been awful. We are a poor side. We need to get rid of the majority of the team. Only 12,000 people have turned up for this, which is sad. But we need to get rid of at least half the team. The half that we want to keep, we're also going to have to sell because they're the ones who are going to go off to Europe. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if we're starting next season with 8 or 9 debuts on the first day of the season. That's how we'll know my transfer window has gone to plan. If we've still got 5, 6, 7, 8 of this team in our starting 11 at the start of next season, I may as well just leave because this team is never going to get anywhere. I mean, we've just missed an absolute sitter again. It is the story of my time here in Argentina. Old men and missed chances. An absolute sitter. And Gonzalez up front, he's going to get 20 goals this season if he's not already there. He's, yeah, 21 goals this season. So you look at his stats and you're like 21 goals, and we are talking stats, not attributes. This isn't FIFA. But you look at his stats, 21 goals as a striker. Yeah, he must be quite good. We've got a 21 goal striker. He's only 28 years old. He's not the problem. We can work with that. He absolutely is the problem because he is so bad in front of goal. We saw from the XG chart in the last episode, we create loads of chances. If we had a striker who could convert them, we'd be in the title race. It is the biggest problem we've got as a team. We miss so many chances. It's even worse than what we've got with the defensive situation. So priority number one is a real striker. And we might have one knocking around in our youth team here. I have pulled a chap out. Borja's just scored, by the way, which is jolly nice. But I want to show you the chap that we found in our youth team that we are going to try and get going. I think it's him, Herrera. Can we look at him? We're going to go look at him anyway. We don't care about... Oh, it's half-time. There you go. We'll look at him at half-time. Right. I think it's Herrera. Yeah. Ramiro Herrera. 18 years old, 6 foot tall, quite quick, decent finisher, 4.5-star potential. I think he's going to be the answer, or at least part of the answer. But I don't dare play him in a semi-final because he might be even worse than what we've got. He's completely untested at the moment, but it's similar to what we did with Kurt Villakazi. Just pluck him out of the youth team because the other options are dross and push him hard enough that he ends up quite good. Can we have Lightning strike a second time? That would be lovely if we could. Importantly, we are 1-0 up in this semi-final as well. So we're potentially like half an hour away from a return to Argentinian Wembley and an opportunity as a potential silverware. I haven't even... Oh, we were supposed to take Medina off, weren't we? Whoopsies. And we'll bring Fernandez on. We are going to bring Herrera on as well. We're going to have a look at Herrera. And then we'll also bring... See, Salazar's not fit, so we can't bring him on. We'll bring Sandoval on the other side, but we want to look at Herrera as the striker. I haven't even looked at who's in the other semi-final of the Copa Argentina because I don't want to tempt fate with it. So it could be that it's Boca or River Plate or someone there's just no way we're going to beat. That's if we get there. You know, we're quite capable of throwing a game away at the end of a match. We've done it plenty this season, so we're not going to get too carried away just yet. Let's just keep everything nice and fresh. 10 minutes to go. Come on, boys. Don't mess up from here. And if we could create a chance for our shiny young striker and have him score a goal in quite a big, important match, I think that would go an awfully long way towards helping with his development. So if we could do that, please, gentlemen, that'd be super. Trujillo at left. Oh, Lobo. See, Lobo's a striker, but we've been playing him in midfield the whole time, so we don't have another striker. Was that Herrera just slowly walking back from being offside? Borgia's got in behind here. Herrera is in the middle. I'm going to say he dummied that through to Sandoval. I think he just went for it, missed it, got tackled, and it ended up bobbling to Sandoval. But either way, we've got our second goal, and that should be us booking our spot in the Copa Argentina final. So we might yet be able to deliver some silverware in this first season in Argentina. Herrera causing a nuisance. I mean, he had 2 players on him there. They were worried about him. He is a decent physical presence, even if he's not got much in the way of reputation or proof that he's any good yet. He's 6 foot tall and quite quick. You want to keep an eye on him. Right, we've got 20 seconds to go. Surely we can't concede 2 goals from here. I mean, I would say we probably can because of what I've witnessed with this team so far through this run. But now would be a nice time to deliver it to Herrera and let him finish things off. Fernandez plays it across to Herrera, and there is a first goal for Ramiro Herrera. And we might have our new hero, boys and girls. 3-0 in the Copa Argentina semi-final. It's been comfortable up the Colón. Let's go win the whole thing. Second match today is going to be the final. And we're going to win the whole thing, and we're going to have a trophy lift, and we're going to pretend it's going really well here in Argentina. Beautiful stuff. I have no idea who we're going to be playing in the final. It's going to be Boca Juniors or Lanús. We could have a Colón Lanús final, which would be a thing of beauty. We won it 2 years ago as well. Right. I'll meet you at Argentinian Wembley for the final. Lovely stuff. Well, final 2 games of the league season. We lost one, but then won one, and Herrera scored twice in it. So we might actually have a new hero. He started the last 2 games of the season. It was in a 24-game wait for the final, so we played some friendlies. We even managed to lose one of those. But on the whole, feeling is pretty good around the club, even though we had some bad news just before the cup final happened, because it turns out there's a weird overall league table that I didn't know about previously that I now can't find again. Hold on. Where is it? I can't remember how you get to it. This is bonkers, by the way. The fact that I still can't work out where we finished in the league. League table. No. Do I have to go to the club? Yes, there you go. There's an overall league table that we can only access from here. which looks like it combines the league table and the the group stage performance from the League Cup, and that has us in 12th place. I suspect this is the one where the top 6 go into the Champions League. So we actually finished 12th, not 6th. Even though, as you can see, we finished 6th. But yeah, we actually finished 12th. Should we look at the XG table? Oh, interesting. We shouldn't have finished 12th. We should have finished 5th. And it's all down to the stupid striker. But anyway, we've now got the final against the team that have won the league for the last 8 years in a row, Boca Juniors. Should be fine, right? Just to save some face. I don't think, by the way, the board are going to sack me. How am I struggling to be within the wage budget? I mean, I'm not. There's no struggle here. Apparently there's a little bit of struggle, but I've failed that and they're still generally okay with me. We are struggling a little bit with a goalkeeper for the final because Gonzalez has picked up an injury. So we can't play him. I need to find a goalkeeper. You're going to play. There you go. Get him in. Can we get him in? There we go. We've got a 19-year-old making his debut. Brian Taborga. It'll be fine. I love a light-hearted goalkeeper, personally. So, this is the team. It is Taborga on his debut in goal. A back four of Medina in his last game for the club. Tiaclecchio, probably last game for the club for our record signing as well as we move on the old man. Palazza has just signed a new contract, so we might actually have him next season. And he is someone I'd like to build the defence around, because he's 21, 4-star current ability and 6'4". So I'd like him to stay. I'd also like Carrera to stay because we only just signed him and he's actually quite good. The other 3 are going to need replacing, obviously. Godoy is going to need replacing. We'll happily sell him this summer. Same with Moron. Both of them can go. And then as the attacking midfield 3, Zalazar can leave this winter summer. Borgia, maybe. I mean, I won't be offended if he's here as a squad player. I don't really want him here as a starter next year. Basualdo, we're probably not going to be able to keep hold of because there's some big clubs and Birmingham in for him. So he's probably going to be on his way. And then, of course, Gonzalez, if we can get 8 million for him and then go with Herrera, we do that. I am starting Gonzalez for the final because Herrera hasn't been spectacular. I mean, he's been all right in the friendlies, did all right on the last day of the season, did struggle in that game, though. So I think it's probably a little soon for him to start in a final against Boca Juniors. We don't want to ruin him, but we will bring him on. So, yeah, I'll happily let Gonzalez move on as well. I'd love to ship off like 40 or 50 million pounds off a player this winter, summer. And we got 55% retained transfer revenue. We've got some decent youngsters to bring up. So we sell 40 or 50 million pounds off a dross. Let me rephrase that. We sell 15 or 20 million pounds worth of dross, probably sell our best 2 young players for another 20 million or so, and then bring up all the talented youngsters and fill those final 4 or 5 gaps in the first team squad with the 18 to 20 million we'll have left over from selling all of those players, which means we could go out and spend 3 or 4 million pounds on each player and improve key positions. At the very least, get high potential youngsters in instead of old men on their decline. Even if they're not a direct improvement immediately, they will be before long, and just rebuild the team around youth and physicality and energy. We want big, tall, fast boys, and it's going to be fine as long as I don't get sacked, and I don't think I'm going to. I think if they were going to sack me, they'd have already sacked me. They're not going to sack me for losing the cup final against Boca Juniors, surely. I mean, look at how much bigger all the Boca Juniors players are compared to our players, by the way. They tower over our boys. We need to be the big, physically imposing team. I mean, Palazzo's along the right lines, but the rest of them, they're just so miniature, and we're just being physically dominated by a bigger, stronger team. And I hate that. Godoy's rubbish. We're supposed to be the bigger, stronger, faster team. We might have our new keeper, though, Taborga, making a save on his debut. That's good. And this isn't a Kev debut. He's been here years and I haven't noticed him. And he's played 5 times in the past, but now I'm calling it his debut because I've noticed him. He's genuinely never played a game of professional football before. So this is a legitimate debut in a cup final. in goal against the best team in the country ever. So quite a way to make the debut. We've not had a shot yet, and Boca Juniors are all over us. I suspect he's not going to keep a clean sheet on his debut. If he did, he's going to go on to become Argentina's first choice goalkeeper. There's no question about it. He would need the performance of his career to keep a clean sheet today, and they've just missed an absolute sitter, and it didn't matter anyway because they were offside. So that's fine. Everything is still going fine at the moment. We've made it quarter of the way there. Halfway through the first half, it's still 0-0. We're playing for penalties already. We'll be quite happy if we just manage to hold on. Taborga and Palazza, the two youngest members of the defence. Might not be true. Carrera might be younger than Palazza. But either way, it's the youngsters who are leading the way, which is why we are going to be going with youth from next season. Get rid of all these stupid old men. The stupid old men are now playing quite well as well. The defence in general playing quite well, and the second half of the first half we've just killed the match off. Not even a highlight. We did get some shots. I mean, match stats wise, it looks like it's been a fairly even match. We've both had 4 shots on target. XG's roughly similar. We've actually had more corners than them, and possession's fairly evenly shared. But you can see by the who's getting the highlights that the best chances are definitely falling to Boca, and our entire defence, which has been our problem all along, seem to be playing out of their skin to protect the youngster who's in goal behind them, which is jolly nice to see. Right, Moran was only supposed to play 45 minutes. He's done an hour, so Torrisi can come on for him. Herrera's going to come on in a minute as well up front, and because Gonzalez once again has been rubbish. Basualdo not really doing anything today, but then to be fair, he's not had much of the ball. None of the attackers have had much of the ball. So what do you expect him to do when he's not being given the football? Right, Herrera's coming on. We're also going to bring on Guilherme. We're making attacking changes. Imagine if after a wonderful goalkeeping performance from Taborga on his debut, imagine if Herrera could now grab a late winning goal to see us lift the trophy. It would be a spectacular thing. Medina is done. That's his Colón career over. Salazar can come off for Janovic, and that's all our substitutions gone. 10 minutes to go. We have done ourselves proud here. I don't remember us having an attacking highlight, but match stats tell us it's been a very even final against a very good Boca team, and I assume it's going to go to extra time, and eventually our fitness problems that we've had all season long will come back to bite us. But imagine if we could grab a late goal. It's straight to penalties. Oh my word, we've got a genuine chance. It's straight to penalties. We've got a 19-year-old keeper on his debut. Imagine if he saved a couple of penalties. Record signing, Tio Clecchio is up for goodness sake, get him gone. It's the last you'll ever see of him. Unless this is a trademark FM24 penalty shootout and he's going to get another penalty yet. Right, the youngster in goal. I thought he was going to save it. He doesn't. Okay, that might be that. I mean, we've done very well. To only lose on penalties, there's nothing to be ashamed of there. Basualdo, who has got dreams of a trip to Europe this summer, and he may have kept the dreams alive with a penalty. Manchester United are watching. Right, Lopez for Boca up against Taborga, and he goes the wrong way, and it's 2-1. 3 penalties remaining each, and it's Janovic, who only came on towards the end of the game. Very much question marks over whether he's going to be part of the squad next year, and that isn't going to help. Having a goalkeeper catch your penalty in a penalty shootout is possibly the ultimate in utter incompetence. You can't take a penalty that's so bad that the keeper can catch it. And I think it's probably all over there. 3-1 with 2 penalties each remaining. We've got to score our last 2, and Taborga needs to save the last 2. And I don't think much of that is likely to happen. Fernandez at left back. We've been identifying him as a problem the whole time we've been here. Can he prove me wrong? He's a right-footed left back. That is part of the problem. It's a very good penalty. But now Taborga needs to make himself a hero. I mean, there's no shame in him not saving a penalty. I may have mentioned this is his debut. He is only 19. But imagine if he did. It would be a career-making moment. Can he save it? Come on. It'd be incredible if he did. No. There you go. Boca Juniors win the Copa Argentina. Frankly, for a team like them to need penalties to beat a team like us, we should get the trophy because they should be better than that. But we can keep our heads held high. We've done all right there. And I don't think I'm being sacked. Herrera's training better than everybody as well. I tell you what, he's going to be our starting striker by the start of next season. He's doing all right. And I don't think I'm getting fired. So, boys and girls, the rebuild begins tomorrow. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much to my lovely Patreon backers. And thank you very much for watching.